Big Boulder here doing another Tactics for FIFA 22 Road to Glory. Today we're doing FC Barcelona. Now I'm probably going to cop a little bit of heat for this quickly up front, but Barcelona's standard default setting sucks. I struggled with their default holding midfield. Things have changed at Barcelona since January, but they haven't updated their settings. Let's get into it straight up. Straight up, change formation to 4-2-3-1. Aubameyang up front, Pedri just in behind, magnificent midfielder, gets lost in that 4-3-3 holding position. Dembele, who starts on the bench, he can replace Ferran Torres. He'll come on for Aubameyang. Memphis Depay out wide. We have De Jong in the middle with Busquets. That's a good holding midfielder role. Roberto arguably can play there, but I've started him at right back, so I brought him on for Dest. He didn't get overlap enough, wasn't fast enough. Oreo and Piqué, obviously best centre backs they've got. Alba, very good left back, and Ter Stegen is the goalkeeper. So I haven't really changed much. I've just brought in Dembele because he's fast and his stats. If you have a look over at the player info comparison just quickly, his stats are better than Torres' stats for a winger. Okay, he's faster. His pace is key. Where we play, pace is key. How we set up, all right? And his pace and dribbling. They're the two things when you're going forward. So he spoke about the formation, 4-2-3-1. That default formation is absolute garbage. And I'll probably get flamed for that. People can make it work, but not the way I play. So tactically, I found this to be very interesting the way they lined up originally. So I haven't really made too many changes, but I've left their defensive style as balanced because I couldn't get them to press. The press didn't work. They just got destroyed, really, to be fair. Width, so we don't want to go too wide because if you go look at this, look how it's separating their centre backs, and they're not quick enough, the centre backs, to get back in, so we don't want that. You don't want to go too high either because, again, those centre backs are not quick. Offensive, so once again, I tried my way. Fast build up, I tried long ball, I tried everything. I left it balanced because I found that to be the way it worked. Their chance creation was on balance. I've changed it to direct passing because the players they have are really good passers. They're very technical players, especially Pedri. So that worked really well in that time. The width I dropped right off. If you have a look at their width, I dropped that right back because we're playing a 4-2-3-1. I had to drop it back because otherwise we're going to be wide as hell and just they'll cut through the middle on us. They had one more player in the box than that, so I cut that one back. Corners are fine, free kicks are fine. So your width, you can probably go up to a 50, but you don't want to go much further than 55 probably. I'm going to sit at 50. Rolls, doesn't matter. Aubameyang is going to take their free kicks. Depay takes their long free kicks. Their corners are pretty good. Penalties Aubameyang, I think that's fair. Okay, so what do I change here? To be fair, not a lot, because Barcelona, playing a 4-2-3-1, you do not want to be pressing everyone forward, okay? We've got to make sure we're not pressing everyone forward. So Aubameyang, we keep him central. He's a lone striker. He has to be central. But we make him a target man. And we don't make him, that's meant to be stay forward. We don't make him come back, okay? So that gives us an option. You don't want him to play false nine because we're not playing a false nine. You don't want him to get in behind because he's going to get him behind. Because these other three behind him are going to drop back. So he's a target man. So he will, what the idea here is, he'll take the ball and pass it out wide. So he'll get the ball in the middle for a clearance and pass out wide. That's what we want. So then we come down to Pedri. So Pedri's basic defense. He needs to defend. That's basic. He stays on the edge of the box for a cross because he has a killer long shot. Free roam, because you want him to be able to roam around the top of that box and get out wide if he has to and stuff. So that's good. I'm happy with that. And leave interceptions. Depay. Okay, so we drift wide. Depay, Dembele, get them wide. So you can see by the setup here, guys. If you have a look, you got Pedri, De Jong, Busquets, beautiful triangle. And then you've got Depay and Dembele. So if they start, you've got the midfield covered perfectly. And then you want to stretch the defence, cut back to Aubameyang, and keep that freedom in the top. Okay? So we've got Pedri, De Jong, Busquets, perfect. Dembele can drift wide. Depay can drift wide. De Jong, I haven't messed with De Jong or Busquets. I left them alone. I did put forward Roberto for overlap. Sorry, I'm in the wrong place. Where are we? Overlap. Didn't work. Too slow. So I left him alone. Stay back wide. They have to stay back, unfortunately, because they're too slow. But Alba, we can put as overlap because I'm comfortable with that. And Ter Stegen, you got to get him out for crosses or he won't come. And you got to get him a sweeper keeper or he won't come. Simple as that. So as you can see, I've made some vast changes, guys, to the team. I'm being honest and I'll cop it and it's fine. I'll take it on the chin because people will prove me wrong. They'll send me messages and they'll prove me wrong. But when I first played with 4-3-3 holding, I sucked. I could not handle getting the ball in midfield, having to pass around the halfway line, and no one would make a run. Like Aubameyang would not make a run. He cannot play as a false nine. It doesn't work for Aubameyang. He's a striker. So he's a goal-scoring striker. So get him in the box, get him up front, have shots, he will annihilate. Dembele on the bench was a joke. I'm sorry, Torres is good. Torres is a good player. He is very good. But he's no Dembele for pace. You have a look at the difference. We're talking, what we got? 84, 93. When you're trying to get in behind players, that's all that matters. Torre, get him on. If you need anything to change, get pace, Torre comes on. Gavi's all right to get in there. But he's more, you're going to probably replace Busquets with Gavi. De Jong I haven't used because I'd rather put Torres up front because I know Ferran Torres is a striker as well, even though they've got him as right wing. So my only changes I really make are Torres, Traore, Gavi. That's when I'm not forced into any changes. And Gavi's very rare. Traore always, because if you're chasing the game or you're in front, Depay or Dembele may get tired. You can also mess around with Torres, Traore or Gavi in the Pedri position if he's injured. But I'd use Traore probably because he's a bit quicker. So that's how I'd line up as Barcelona, guys. I had a pretty good... I played 15 matches with my team as Barcelona, and I think I ended up losing 2. And both into PSG, which everyone loses. Everyone goes PSG even though they got no fans. When I was the 4-3-3, I played 10 matches and I won 1. Yeah, it was hard because I just doesn't fit my style. So that's how I line up as Barcelona, guys. Go back through, make sure you get those tactics. The key is you can line up like this. If you do not change those tactics and roles and instructions, you're not going to have success because the players will not do what they need to do. Thanks very much, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you like my content. Take care.